Hello everyone and welcome back to the Math Explorer. In the last two videos on metric space, we understood that how metric spaces are defined and how open balls in a metric space can be identified. In today's video, we will try to understand what are open sets in a metric space and we'll see some interesting examples which will elaborate the idea of open sets more clearly to us. So let us first of all start with a definition of a open set. So let me write a definition of open set. Suppose X is a metric space given to you, right? So let X comma D be a metric space where X is a non-empty set and D is a metric defined on that non-empty set X. Okay, and G be a subset of X. Okay, then how can I say that G is open? Then G is said to be open set if for every x belongs to G, there exist are positive such that open ball about that point x of radius r is contained in G. So to be more specific, we can say that a set is said to be open if for every point in that set there is an open ball around that point which is again in the same set. To elaborate the idea, what we'll do, we'll just try to suppose this is a general set given to you and suppose this is your subset, okay, G, and suppose this is your X. I want to verify whether G is open or not. So the condition is that if I'm choosing any point in that set X, I should be able to find a positive radius around X such that that open ball about X of radius R is again contained in G itself. Then only we can say that G is a open set. Now we'll move to some interesting examples based on open set. We'll try to identify how can we prove whether a given set is open or not. So let me write the question 1. Question is this: we have to identify whether U equal to set of all ordered pairs x comma y belongs to R2 such that x into y not equal to 0 is open set. So that's the question, whether this given set is open set. Okay, so we'll try to understand this idea. Okay, so let's go for a solution of this. So as per the definition, if I'm taking any point from U, I should be able to determine a radius. Okay, so that open ball around a given point of that radius will be again in U. So let me start with a random point from a set U. So let P comma Q belongs to U. So as per the definition of U, this clearly implies that P into Q is not equal to 0. Both are real numbers and their product is non-zero, so that implies P is non-zero and Q is also non-zero. Since P and Q both are non-zero, their absolute values will be definitely positive. So mod of P is positive and mod of Q is also positive. What I will do, I will choose the radius. So let us choose R equal to minimum of these two, minimum of mod of P and mod of Q. So one thing is sure, that because of this R is less equal mod of P and R is also less equal mod of Q. Okay, now what I will do, I will try to prove that if we draw open ball around this point of view of this radius, then that open ball is again contained in U. Okay, so let's try to establish that. So let me write that particular thing as a claim. So my claim is that open ball around point PQ, which is a point of U, of radius r is again contained in U. So to establish this particular thing, we will choose any point from left hand, okay, and we'll show that that point belongs to right hand. So let x comma y belongs to open ball around PQ of radius r. So as per the definition of open ball, this clearly implies that d of p comma q from x comma y must be less than r. But since we are dealing with a Euclidean metric, okay, so we'll mention here that more clearly under Euclidean metric. Okay, let's come back to the solution. So as per the definition of Euclidean metric, this implies square root of p minus x square plus q minus y square is less than r. If we'll scale both the sides, we'll find that p minus x square plus q minus y square is less than r square. Addition of these two terms is less than r square. That implies both the terms are less than r square. So p minus x square is less than r square and q minus y square is also less than r square, right? So that implies mod of p minus x is less than r. R is positive, right? And mod of q minus y is also less than r. But r is less equal mod of p and r is less equal mod of q. So mod of p minus x less than r is less equal mod of p, and mod of q minus y is less than r is less equal mod of q. So this clearly implies that x and y should be non-zero, right? Because if I take x equal to 0, the inequality will turn like this. Suppose I am taking x equal to 0, so that clearly implies mod of p less than r less equal mod of p, which is not possible, right? Similar thing happens when I take y equal to 0. Okay, so for this particular fact, I must have both x and y should be non-zero. So this implies x is non-zero and y is also non-zero. And since both the numbers are non-zero, their product is non-zero. And we can easily observe that this condition is nothing but a condition of u. Okay, so that clearly implies x comma y, ordered pair x comma y belongs to u. So firstly, we assumed this point from open ball around PQ of radius r, and we proved that point belongs to u. So thus, open ball around PQ of radius r is contained in u, and that's what we wanted to prove. So hence u is open set. Hence u is open set. Okay, now let's move to the second example. So secondly, we will consider example that q, set of all rational numbers, in set of all real numbers with usual distance. Now this particular question is not difficult to handle because it is a just observation which can solve this particular question. For example, suppose this is our real line, right? So we know that rationals are followed by irrationals, irrationals are followed by rationals, right? So that's why if I'm taking any rational number, okay, no matter how small radius I choose, since I am dealing with real numbers with usual distance, open balls are nothing but open intervals, which we have seen in the previous video. So if this is my x, which belongs to rational number, no matter how small radius I choose, that open interval will definitely contain irrational numbers. Okay, so that means any open ball around X cannot be a subset of rationals again. So this implies open ball around that point X of any radius R, okay, that is simply nothing but an open interval, because that is nothing but X minus R to X plus R, because we are in real numbers with usual distance. So this open interval will not be a subset of rationals again, because any open interval around X of any small radius will contain some irrationals. Okay, so this shows that this implies Q is not open set in R. Q is not open set in R under usual metric. Okay, now we move to the next example. Okay, so similarly we can handle so many examples. So let me just take one more example, 3. Suppose I am taking U equal to set of all ordered pairs x comma y belongs to R2 such that x equal to 0. Okay, and again I'm choosing Euclidean metric. Okay, now I want to find out whether this particular set is open or not. But this question can again be solved by mere observation. See, what we are doing here, we are choosing ordered pairs such that x coordinate is 0. So it simply means that u is nothing but y-axis, right? So this is simple to understand, that u is nothing but y-axis, right? Now if you will assume, suppose this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, right? So this is your u, this is nothing but your u. Okay, now if you'll take any point, let me just highlight a point by different color. So suppose if you're taking any point from u, now since we are in R2, metric is Euclidean, definitely open ball is going to be a circle of radius r. Okay, now if I choose any small radius, okay, this is my point from set. So suppose this is a point PQ, right? If I choose any small radius, that open ball will contain some points, definitely these points to the right of the y-axis and points to the left of the y-axis, where x coordinate is non-zero. So in this section x coordinate is non-zero, here also x is non-zero, right? So definitely for any PQ from U and any positive radius, you'll definitely find such a points around that point in that open ball where x is non-zero. So this simply implies that open ball around any point PQ from U of radius R is not contained in U again. So this particular set is not open set. Now we'll move to one final example of open set, which is again more interesting. So again we are taking U as a subset of R2. So let xy belongs to R2 such that 2 times x plus 3 times y is less than 1. And I want to understand whether this particular set is open or not. So let's try to solve this. So as per the definition, what I will do, I will choose one point from U, right? So whatever my U is, I will choose one point from U. I will try to find a positive radius around that particular point, so that open ball with that radius will be again contained in U. Okay, so to do that, first of all, let's choose some point from U. So let a comma b belongs to U. Since a comma b belongs to U, this point satisfies the condition of U. So 2 times a plus 3 times b will be less than 1. So this implies 1 minus 2a plus 3b is greater than 0, right? So what can we do? Let r equal to 1 minus 2a plus 3b upon 5. Now this 5 is just adjustment that will be more clear at the end of the solution. Okay, now let's try to set a claim. So we'll set a claim as open ball around point AB of this radius R is again contained in U, right? That's our claim. So for that, let's choose one point from this open ball. So let P comma Q belongs to open ball around AB of radius R. Okay, so as per the definition of open ball, this implies D of A comma B and P comma Q will be less than R. But since distance is Euclidean, this clearly implies this of P minus A square plus Q minus B square is less than R. But that implies P minus A square plus Q minus B square is less than R square. As we have done it in the previous example, first example, we can write here that P minus A square is less than R square and Q minus B square is less than R square. So that implies mod of P minus A is less than R and mod of Q minus B is less than R. But in general, whenever mod of X is less equal A or less than A, we can simply write if mod is positive, X is less than A or less than equal A, and if minus X is less equal A. So if we'll change the side, X is greater equal minus A. So basically minus A is less equal, X is less equal A in general. So this particular statement implies this. So using that, we can simply write here, since mod of P minus A is less than R, okay, P minus A is less than R, and here Q minus B is less than R. Okay, so now multiply both sides by 2 in the first, so 2P minus 2A less than 2R and 3Q minus 3B less than 3R. The purpose of doing this is that we want to show that PQ belongs to U and PQ will be U in U only when 2P plus 3Q is less than 1. So I'm just trying to establish that. So this implies 2P is less than 2A plus 2R and 3Q is less than 3B plus 3R. Adding these inequalities, we get that 2P plus 3Q is less than 2A plus 3B plus 5 times R. Now you might have understood why we have taken 5 in the denominator of that R. So if we put the value of R here, this is 2A plus 3B plus 5 times 1 minus, you can check here, 2A plus 3B upon 5. So 2A plus 3B upon 5. So 5 will get cancelled, 2A minus 3B will get cancelled. So that is just 1. So this implies 2P plus 3Q is less than 1. So PQ satisfies the condition of U. So this implies P comma Q belongs to U. Okay, so thus open ball around, as we have taken here, AB of radius R is contained in U. So this implies U is open set. So likewise, we can identify whether a given set is open set or not. Okay, so that's all in this lecture. Thank you.